Louisiana beer, Louisiana beer reviews. Add Astra Amber Ale from Free State Beer Company. Free State Brewing Company, established 1989 in Kansas. This was the first beer they produced, they said on their website. They don't give the ABV level, unfortunately. Add Astra, they're showing a hot air balloon with a crazy looking ship with tires hanging off of it. Some other kind of kooky stuff on there. Kooky things in Kansas. This was given to me by the Whiskey Scout. Thank you, Robert, the Whiskey Scout. Now, add Astra, 31 international bitterness units. They use pale, caramel, Munich, amber, and Carahel malts. They use chocolate wheat. The hops are Northern Brewer and Fuggles. Gets an 83, a good score, which I will call good also on Beer Advocate. Rate Beer hates it. They give it a 50 out of 100. They say it's awful. But in the style, it's an 85. Good. In other words, they don't like the style, amber ale. And a 70 on Untapped. So that's good for Untapped. This is the first video review for this beer in the world, from what I could find. Nice little hiss there. Let's check it out. Check it out. We did their Copperhead, which was a pale ale, but it was more copper than pale, of course, copper ale. This is certainly not pale, it's deep copper, or if you want to say amber. A pretty thick khaki head. Here comes the heater. Let's go with the aroma. Hopefully the sound from the blowing air won't be too loud. There's a slight tannic, toasted malt nose, but I noticed with all the beers I've had so far, they're not too aromatic. Let's go with the taste. Lawrence, Kansas is where they're located. I would like to visit the brewery. It's got a little sour taste. Good amount of bitterness, but not profoundly bitter. Little, I would say, white bread crust. Got wheat in it. Of course, you can make barley bread. Medium body. Medium dry finish. There's a little lemony note. I guess their beers are pretty simple, just like basic, kind of like Full Sail beers that I used to get around here. Nice lacing. Might be good to let it warm. Is it a good beer? Yes, I would say it's a good beer. It's nothing remarkable. I appreciate it, Whiskey Scout, for you giving me this 12-pack. Incredible. Great gifts. I was like embarrassed. It gave me so much stuff. But it's nothing too exciting. I guess I'll go along with Beer Advocate, 83, a B. It's good. A lot of things are good. I've been drinking and tasting a lot of cheap rums. They're good. But then they're only $7.99 a liter, some of them. So you got to kind of balance those things. But no knock against the company. I mean, I'm just calling it as I see it. I'm going to give it, that's my whole channel description, honest review since 2010. I mean, if somebody gives me a beer, or in this case, a whole bunch of beers, naturally I want to give them all an A+, right? But that doesn't typically happen. Would I recommend it? Yeah, if the price was right, meaning really cheap. I don't know if that would happen. So anyway, this is the situation at hand. So a B, 83 out of 100, a B, clear. Also, we noticed. And I'm going to, it tastes kind of like a late 80s beer. They weren't too adventurous in the 80s because people were going from Budweiser, which is a very low profile flavor, although I would say a good flavor. And so it was like, try this, try that. And you had a Beta Amber, this one, Amber Ale, Beta Amber Lager. Samuel Adams, maybe they were the most exotic one. Boston Lager, had Brooklyn Lager. I guess the company that was probably the most of interest was Anchor, because you had Porter, right? Well, Sierra Nevada too, because they had the Bigfoot in 1983. So, okay, might have to rethink about what I'm talking about. And then I believe North Coast was 88, so that's late 80s. So it was all starting to get ramped up right around this time. Starting to ramp up, but generally it wasn't too exotic. So I remember when Dos Equis Amber was considered Ambar was considered pretty gourmet. People would say, "I'm drinking a Dos Equis Ambar," make sure everybody saw them drinking it. So Laissez Le Bon Temps Relais, and a B beer, a good beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.